Wesley Girls High School.
Yes, please.
High school.
In Cape Coast, to be
Cape
precise.
Coast.
Yes.
Yeah, Wesley Girls. What house were you in when you were in Wesley Girls?
I was in Wrigley House.
What?
Wrigley.
Wrigley House.
The yellow house.
Hey, Wrigley House.
Yes.
What
Like
is the history behind the house? Wrigley.
Also, our houses are named after our past headmistresses. So you have
okay.
Wrigley, Waldron,
Also,
Ellis.
there was a past mistress called Wrigley.
Yes, Harriet Wrigley.
Harriet Wrigley.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Wrigley House.
Wrigley House.
Interesting. So you were a proud Wrigley
Wrigley girl, I guess.
what? Wrigley girl.
Wrigley girl.
Okay.
The yellow house.
Did you enjoy being in Wesley Girl?
Oh, yes, I did. I mean, in the beginning, when I came fresh, my first year, I was not so comfortable because everything was just new to me. So I wouldn't particularly say I enjoyed first year. But somewhere second year, the latter part of second year, entering into third year, I quite enjoyed my time. So, yeah.
I see.
When you're from one girl and you're being tossed all around, it's not a pleasant thing, I think, for anyone at all.
Did you always want to go to Wesley Girls?
Oh, yes, I did.
You always wanted to go to Wesley Girls.
In fact, I didn't see myself in any other school.
So it was your first choice.
But yes,
you
my
went to
first
write your
choice.
BC.
And I wrote my BC.
And you passed.
And I passed.
And you got your first choice.
And I got my first choice.
Wesley Girls.
And my parents were so happy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't one of those formers that cried. I didn't even cry when I was going to school. I was so happy.
You were
and
excited.
Then 2 days later, I called my parents. I was crying on the phone. I want to come
You
home.
want to come back home. You are not enjoying the school.
At all. All the countdowns, all the sirens and the rush here and the punishment. I was like, nah. But it was a nice experience. It was a necessary one too. Yes.
So what is that thing really that made you or made your life, so to speak, miserable in Form 1?
I wouldn't say miserable, but I am not so fast. Let me say it like that. And in Wesley Girls, everything is time bound.
Yeah,
You know, they are counting down for you left,
so you
right,
need
center.
to finish. You need to be smart.
I
you
don't
need to be
eat
smart.
fast. I don't move fast.
You need
I
to
don't
be
do.
smart.
But I guess so. I think that was my bane at the time because I was not a fast girl at all. You know, as soon as the siren wails, everyone has to be jumping off their bed, and I'm probably now rolling out because that's just how.
Yeah, you are not at home anymore. You are in school. Yeah.
So yeah, it was quite difficult for me in the beginning. I don't think that I became fast eventually, but I've definitely gotten better. So
I see. So what did you enjoy most about being in Wesley Girls?
Oh, well, what you didn't know, well, what you don't know is that I used to write. I mean, I still write. I've been writing
really?
since. So I won a couple of awards when I was in Wesley Girls.
Writing.
I won the William Shakespeare of our time.
Wow.
By the time I was done, I won creativity in writing as well. And a couple of others. I think there were about 3 or so, and they were all centered around writing. So I think that I liked that time because I had to perform one at a time. I think there was this one I did, and it was a competition, and I won the competition. I remember doubting that I would even get into it because you have a list before now. They do the cut down, and then the final 10 get to perform. So yeah, I did, and I won. I was very surprised that I won, but I
won.
I did.
I guess you were very excited about it.
Very excited. For me, it was just let me get used to this whole stage thing. I wanted to start getting used to things like that. So it was just an opportunity for me. But then.
So what did you write?
I wrote about Africa for that particular one. I think that, I remember it so well because I remember the performance as well. It's been quite a while. I mean, SHS Aceh, but it was basically about Africa, some of the things we go through, some of the actions of our leaders, etc., how it has affected us over time. I think the second one was about sexual abuse as well on women and how, sometimes the conversation shifts from, putting the perpetrators or arresting the necessary people you're supposed to blaming women for all the misgivings and shortcomings and all of that. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you miss Wesley Girls?
I miss the hymns. There was something about the Methodist hymns, There's something about having the choristers and all of that. So, yeah, I miss the hymns, but that's it. That's probably it. And some of the entertainment nights as well. If it was a movie night, then yeah, I missed it because I was not there dancing here and there type. So I liked it when we had a really good movie. I have my snacks, I'm there, and then yeah, I'm enjoying it. But that time, the way I do it, someone will be listening to me today. thinking that, but yeah, sometimes I miss the school, but I don't miss it enough to want to go back. No, I
want to
just
go
no.
But I thought Wesley Girls was the ish.
But Wesley Girls is the ish. I mean, which other school can say that? Which other female school?
Okay.
Especially.
You are now talking. There you go, say which other school. Don't let me start.
Oh,
don't even let me start.
I shouldn't let you start.
Don't let me start.
Oh, but long time you can't compete with Achimota.
Oh,
I remember
yes.
my
Hey,
batch.
you want to compare Achimota School to Wesley Girls?
But
Are you serious?
You
want us to
serious?
start? Are you serious? You want to compare Achimota School to Wesley Girls?
Okay, yeah, fancy. Hey, yeah.
The school that you can't talk about the history of Ghana without mentioning. You want us to go there? From Kwame Nkrumah to Jerry Rawlings to Atta Mills to you. I mean, even Robert Mugabe. Like, you want us to go there? Yeah, okay. Robert Mugabe was in Achimota School. Like, you want us to go there?
No.
You want us to go there?
No.
We're going to start. We'll never. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what's in the trend?
For a trend today, there's an ongoing conversation, interesting conversation. Would you be, let me start by asking, would you be comfortable if you had a partner that had, an opposite sex for a best friend? And that is because there are people that are sharing their views online. I think there's this influencer that made a certain comment concerning stuff like that, and people are saying that anytime, especially if you're a girl, it's just a guy that is hanging around till there's an opportunity for him to, make advances. So you will not even let me finish. It is true.
It's because it is true.
So that means that
I'm a guy. I know it is true.
Long time.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's true. I mean, of course, there are guys who, I mean, there are exceptions to the rule.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, there are guys who can be friends with you and there is nothing in there. It's just platonic, and there's absolutely nothing in there. We've been long-standing friends. But most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, the guys who come around and they are your friends and all of that, they like you. But you have zoned them. And, they put themselves in there. So it's not like if they get the opportunity to get in there with you, they won't. They will.
Can we say the same thing for men as well? If you have a female bestie that is not your partner, that it just means that she's probably hanging around till she gets an avenue.
I think it's easier for women, to put men or to put their male friends in that category of you are just my friend or I just see you as a brother. It's very easy for women to do that. But for men, the way men are wired, and the way men think, it's possible, but it's rare. It's rare, I mean, a man having a very beautiful, bestie, hardly will the man not have thought about the possibility of actually being with her. I mean, let's just face it, it is what it is. That is why a lot of men get on edge and they get very upset when their girlfriends or their fiancés, have male besties or these male friends. Oh, they are just friends. Because they are guys, they know. Because they also have some of those friends.
Okay.
And in their mind, if they had opportunities with those friends, they probably would have done whatever, But so, yeah, for men, it's difficult for men to wrap their minds around the notion that, okay, we are just friends, nothing else. Of course, they will act it and they may think it, but they may not act upon it because they will respect, a lot of them will respect themselves.
Okay.
And not act on it. But it doesn't mean that if the opportunity presented itself, coming from the woman, they would not. Most men. I'm not saying all men, but most men.
So then should we
80 to 90%.
completely discard the idea of bestie thing? Like if you're in a relationship, your bestie should just be your partner?
I think that if you are in a relationship, your best friend should be your partner.
So if you are single, then you can have a male bestie.
If you are single, you can have a male bestie, and your male bestie could eventually become your lifetime partner. So because I personally believe that the best relationships are built on friendships, right? If you are very good friends at the core, at the very base level, you are very good friends, you vibe, you vibe together, you're able to, talk about anything and everything, you're able to confide in each other, you're able to have fun together, you're able to, spend that quality time on a friendship, connection basis. When the romantic stuff comes in, it makes everything easy. And
but there's also
somewhere
the
along
question
the line,
of, if I start as a friend, I could be friend zoned forever. I mean, you know that there's that as well.
A lot of men also think that, you could be friends, but I think people should focus more on building, proper friendships. If the attraction is there, it will rear its head eventually.
But if you're my bestie now and we are really close and everything, then I get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend too is now uncomfortable with you. Should I break up with my male bestie?
No, you don't break up with your male bestie, but your male bestie, if he's actually your male bestie, should know that he has to now begin to set certain boundaries.
Okay.
And that certain things that he used to do with you, he cannot do those things with you again because now you are in a relationship, right? And that is what a lot of the guys also do not want to understand, because if you have a female who is like a very close friend of yours and that female now has a boyfriend, you as the guy, you should be wise enough to know that, okay, now you have a boyfriend, so I have to limit certain things. I have to set boundaries for the sake of your relationship. If I really am interested in your well-being and interested in making sure that you don't have any problems in your relationship, I should be able to set those boundaries. And you, the woman yourself, who is also in the relationship, you should know that now you are in a relationship. So yes, he's a very close friend of yours, but you should set boundaries. There should be a limit to everything. So all those bestie things, you used to hang out together all the time, you used to do this, talking on the phone for long hours and all of that, it should be limited. Yes, you should talk, but once in a while, you stagger it. You don't do it in such a way that your man begins to feel uncomfortable, because he's a man, and as a man, he will definitely feel uncomfortable about you being so close to this person.
Okay,
so
but do you think there's a friendship, there's a jealousy with friendships too as well, in that we can even be two women, two men, and we know we are very close, then there's this person that comes in and it's almost like they are closer to my bestie.
Maybe it's for women, but for men, we don't care.
I don't know, maybe just think of someone you are really close to, a
like
male.
me and IB are very, very close.
Okay, so
and
you
then
and
I see IB
are
rolling with Bipo. And then I'm like jealous. Come on,
no,
I'll join them.
Consistent. Maybe it's consistent.
I'll join them.
Are you sure? So it is women that we could have that.
Have those problems.
Anyway, so there is that, of course, and there's also of course, there's still Founders Day, since we just celebrated.
Founders Day is also trending.
It's still trending as well because of the president's, remarks and all of that about it. There are still people who are saying, well, whatever it is, let's still give it to whatnot and what's not said. It's Kwame Nkrumah and the rest. And Tinubu, that's Nigeria's president.
Ahmed Bola Tinubu.
Yes, he's also trending because there are certain circulating videos of people being attacked in the northern part of Nigeria. They are unarmed, and I think that they are part of those who partook in the protest. The protests are actually still ongoing. And I think yesterday, it was trending that bags of rice were being given to people and they were being asked to go home.
To calm them down.
Yes,
so
to calm them down, they give you bags of rice.
They are trying to bribe them with rice.
You see so many people carrying bags of rice on their head and heading towards a particular direction. But today he is trending because of, I think a teenager was murdered in the northern part of Nigeria. Very unfortunate incident. And people are saying that it could have been authorized by the president. And even if it wasn't, is he not aware that there are people that are being constantly attacked in the northern part of Nigeria because they are protesting? Yeah, so that is for Nigeria. And of course, for our food for thought. Well, before that, Kennedy Agyapong is also trending.
Oh, really?
Yes. He has said that the MPP government should accept the reality on the ground, apologize to Ghanaians for actually failing us as far as the economy is concerned.
I mean, if they have to, they should. If they failed with regard to the management of the economy, and they know, they should apologize.
But wouldn't that be a dent on their whole campaign?
A dent on their whole campaign by, gaslighting us and making us feel as though we don't know what we are feeling in our pockets. That's what the annoying thing about politicians, we all know that something is wrong with the economy. We all know the economy is not in a good place. We all know that things are still not relatively good for a lot of people who are struggling to make ends meet. And then you come and make us feel as if we are delusional for thinking. And when people complain about it, you make people feel as if they are delusional for thinking that. Meanwhile, they know what is going on in their own pockets, and you'll be there gaslighting us. So it's a good thing. And by
this term you are using, you call them narcissists too, since you are calling them.
A lot of the politicians are narcissists. A lot of them are narcissists.
Yeah, so he thinks that the right thing to do would be to come forward and actually admit as a government that they have failed Ghanaians, that they have not done the right thing as far as the economy is concerned, before they can even proceed. But I'm thinking, who would do it? If you were MPP, if you were the presidential candidate, will you come and say, my government has failed you, but please vote for me. When I come into power, I'll change things?
Tell us the truth.
Lantam, do you know how many Ghanaians would us? It would be another conversation altogether. Oh, so you're admitting that you are actually incompetent. You actually didn't handle our economy well.
That's why you should know that the politicians will never do it. But that is what they should
exactly.
be doing. They should admit their failures.
So he is of the view that is what should be done before NPP even proceeds with their whole campaign.
All right. Before you give us our food for thought,
okay,
let's listen to these messages.
The luckiest. Star 712.